welcome back to another episode of BS with Bella, and I have a special guest, TC3 in the house.
What's up? I'm Trey.
Trey.
I go to Coastal Carolina, and I'm a DJ, yeah.
So Trey, where did you get your name TC3, and what made you get into DJing?
So, actually, I got it from this girl I used to walk home from school with when I lived in Philly, and she called me TC3 as a joke, and I hated it for the longest, and then I started up DJing when I was 17 in high school, and then I was I need a name because I'm not going to go by Trey Cornish because that kind of sounds stupid. So I went with TC3, and that kind of stuck as a joke at first, but then it actually stuck. So
Turn into your name.
yeah, I know. And now it's just people call me out of context, and I'm just I don't. It's weird. It's weird, but it's.
So what made you get into DJing?
Honestly, I learned how to DJ with my friend Isaac, who played at the App State tailgate with me, and we were 14 maybe when we learned at summer camp, and my friend Noah.
It's always summer camp that starts it.
Always. Shout out Noah. He taught us how to DJ on our little 2-deck board, and then I didn't get one until I got my first job at Panera Bread. I made enough money to get a starter board, and I started from there. Yeah.
So it was summer camp that basically started all of this.
Yeah, literally summer camp when I was 14. We learned one full summer how to DJ, and then we were both obsessed with it. We were texting each other all the time when we were gonna get something, and I never did until way later in high school.
So you started taking pictures at the bar. That was your first What made you bring DJing into college?
So I DJ'd for before you came to Coastal. I DJ'd freshman year. We did when we were doing back to school stuff. I DJ'd those, and then in high school, I did our Spirit Week rave and just stupid stuff like that, and then basketball games. So I was always interested to do it in college, but then I thought getting into the pictures and the photography and stuff would be my in to get to the bars
to get a gigs. And how did you get those connections to start going into the bars and DJing, and what was your first gig at Coastal?
Honestly, my first gig at Coastal was the first week I got to campus, and it was the Coastal Ave back to school parties, and it was when all of us were freshmen. So I was pretty into Coastal. I didn't know anything about it, but literally night 2, I was playing for everyone in my senior class now. And that was kind of my first time. I went from playing for a high school gym of 60 people to 500 people.
Yeah. Now, what's a typical weekend for you when you are totally booked, or when you're looking?
Oh my god! So if I'm totally booked, it starts as if I'm heavily booked, more than I would love to be, it would be Wednesday Pong.
Yep.
And then Thursday at Tongies.
Yeah.
And then Friday I'd probably be off. And then Saturday would be either another bar set, or if someone a sorority or fraternity had a social, it would probably be something that weekend. And then Sunday would probably be off. But then sometimes it could be, on a Saturday, it could be the sorority function from 6 to 9, and then you have to go play at Tongies or another bar town or something 10 to 2. So it's usually stuff like that. And so that's pretty much
Have you ever been scammed when being?
Oh yeah.
A lot throughout the.
Yeah. When I first started out, I was I had to do anything to kind of get my name out there. So I was doing stuff for free. People were
take the
not
bullshit.
I had to take it. But at the end of the day, I made the money back.
It always comes. Money will come.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was your favorite gig here at Coastal so far? I know you have one more semester.
Favorite one here.
Yeah, the most memorable here.
Was probably the App State tailgate. That was definitely my favorite one. That was awesome. The friend who I learned how to DJ with came up from Ohio State. That weekend he texted me, he's I'm coming, so be free, and I was okay.
Be free.
So literally he came, and then we played the tailgate, and then he came and he played 80 Pies Mallard with me. So yeah, that was a good time. That was probably my favorite one.
When did you start getting into tailgate DJing?
I started that when
a freshman. I know you guys had
COVID.
We
were when we were freshmen. It was Ryan Creasy. He was he was the DJ before kind of I took over a lot of stuff. So I was kind of just I saw him tailgating, and I was oh, that's awesome. So and then I joined SIG-App when I was a sophomore. So then I was oh well, I can actually do this at a tent. And then we had COVID, so it was kind of my time to prep all the stuff I needed to get the speakers, get the tables, all that stuff, learn how to actually do it. And then come junior year, I was doing it for the first season, and then senior year we were doing it. So
How do you start making these mixes?
Honestly, like
what comes, is it like TikTok trends that get
it's
you
just
going?
like
What
yeah, honestly,
comes to
like
the mind?
I have a lot
The
of friends who make
creativity.
I have a lot of friends who make mixes, so like I listen to theirs. And then at first it was just like me taking like a clip of like a video of like some random stuff like the one I made like this
Yeah.
time. I used like an Animal House sample of them talking like it was them getting kicked off of campus for a fraternity thing.
Nice.
So like I just thought it was funny to throw that in just
Yeah.
as the beginning of a mix, and then like so I usually start with that as an intro, and then I just like playing stuff that people can like actually sing along to. Because
Yeah.
the worst is when you go to a club or something and then like they're playing
You don't know
house
the
and, like,
words. You're
and
just
the
like
DJ likes the music
the
and
head
not everyone
bopping.
else. Yeah, and the DJ likes the music and not everyone else. So that's my goal, just to make something that everyone can enjoy.
Now, have you ever done gigs outside of Coastal?
Yeah, so I've been to
And like, how many have you done?
I've been to like five different states to play. My favorite one was probably, as of right now, my favorite one was either I played in Atlanta at this one club. Like I was vacationing with my family.
And how do
so,
you
like,
find these outside gigs?
honestly, TikTok has been like crazy about that.
Really?
Yeah, like,
So
I've been,
TikTok's like your source of like booking gigs.
Probably like now, since my TikTok's like bigger than my Instagram now. Like
Wow.
it's just like it as of like a week ago, it's probably bigger than that. So I use like a lot of that. Like I'll upload videos and then people will just like reach out to like my DMs and be like, oh, so do you travel and play, like all this stuff, and a lot of it's through other SIG up chapters. Like
Nice.
I get a lot of connections.
Do you get paid for that, like the travel, or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So like for that gig, like in Atlanta, like they paid me more than like a regular more than like
nice.
a regular rate, just because I was coming from out of town and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And then
Do you get to drink for free?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like usually, like obviously, like I'm not trying to scam anyone. Like I'll go up to the bartender and like I'll give a generous tip, like you know,
Yeah.
and just like for them hooking me up and stuff like that. But
Like one drink for me, Mr.
yeah,
DJ.
exactly.
One
That's what I'm
drink for
saying. That's what I'm saying.
And when it goes to like going out of like the outside Coastal like gigs and everything, where do you see like going with this like in the future? Because I know you teach.
Yeah,
like-
so I'm an education major. I'm going to school to teach kindergartners. I'm going to school to teach little people. It's going to be great.
little kids.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of just seeing where this goes. Like at the end of the day, like I would kind of want it to be like more of an entertainment company type of base. Like
Okay.
if someone were to book an event, like say at their club, and they want to use me as an entertainment service, like
Yeah.
I'd be able to send out a DJ, a videographer, a photographer.
Kind of like what people book for like weddings and stuff, like a
Yeah,
company
stuff like that. But
Okay.
then like I want to do it for like kind of like more like corporate events, clubs,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Has it ever become more of a responsibility than doing it for fun sometimes? Like, are you
Honestly, yeah, because like when it comes to like I just started teaching Jacob, so like
Yeah.
I feel like I have like more of a responsibility to him to like do the work, to show him that he needs to do the work.
then
type of
just
thing,
like it won't
than
take
just,
more than
like,
5
yeah,
minutes?
yeah,
It's gonna
you know
take
what I mean?
like
Like it's gonna take work. So now I have like other people who are like asking me for advice and like asking me what to do, and like now I have like a
But
responsibility.
isn't that
like,
crazy? You started so small.
yeah,
and people are,
no,
like,
it's
looking
nuts.
At you
Like
like
I remember calling people being like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And then like now people are like asking me what to do. So it's like it's weird how it's like a full circle like that. But I like it. I enjoy it.
What would be your dream gig, or what are you trying to get, or like who would you? Be?
I mean, like
dream collab be?
Oh, I'm trying to John Summit, 100%. He's
really?
he's the man. Yeah, he's the man. Or James Hype, obviously. Like I went to his concert in New York, and that was sick. So that would be a dream come true for sure. But I mean, right now, like I'm definitely trying to get into like the festival game.
Yeah, I feel like that's like where a lot where
it's
the money
definitely-
is
yeah,
too.
a lot of that for sure.
Like
I'm trying to
Firefly,
get for sure. Like I'm
like-
just trying to go to whoever wants to book. So if you're a music festival and you want to book me, that would be
Trey
dope.
is looking for a music
am.
festival. He's trying to
am.
be on the billboards.
I am literally something like that. You know.
And do you like what would be you would say like the hardest thing about being a DJ? Like is it like making the mixes like ahead of time? Is it like spending the money on equipment? Like what's the hardest thing about being a DJ? to you?
Probably just like staying up to date, like just doing
Yeah.
doing your homework about like what songs like people are actually listening to, and not
Yeah.
like what songs are like just on TikTok, like when you scroll through because like they're popular because some sound blew up, like
And then you're like over it after the radio plays it after
and
10
it's
times.
just
I
like
get
it's
that.
just like the whole like trial and error thing is just probably the hardest part, just finding like what works and what doesn't, but the rest, I mean, it's fun. So
Real question is, does it get you ladies? Does DJing get you the ladies?
It does not. No. Do
you put it on your dating apps? We need to know.
No, I don't. I put nothing about me being a DJ on my dating apps. I really think it's like
so
some
you don't
unspoken ick. It's fine. Really,
so you don't put it on
okay.
your Hinge, like you don't use the sound.
Not at all. Not at all. I put nothing about me being a DJ. If they ask, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a DJ. But like, it's not like I'm like flexing the fact that like I like DJ clubs and bars. Like it's
So what would be the most like funniest story that you have when DJing? Like, has there ever been like an instance you're like that's like totally like crazy?
Oh my! So Tongi's Christmas party after we had 80s.
Yeah.
I went there. I had a little bit too much to drink at 80s. It was fine. Before then, some injuries taking place. Fell on my chin. It was a whole thing. Then I proceeded to go to Tongi's to play because I'd work.
Yeah,
so
balanced lifestyle.
I got a ride there. Obviously, no driving. But then I got Tyler to do videos and stuff like that.
Nice.
He does like all my whenever I want like good videos and stuff.
That's what you like posted.
I'm plugging in. Yeah. Tyler kid from Aruba. Everybody should.
Aruba boy.
Yes, you should definitely hit him up. But yeah, I was like, can you come take pictures? Like, please, I really want your work. And he's like, yeah, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
So he comes, and then I'm doing my thing. Like, I forget he comes. I'm forgetting he's coming at this point. Like, because I'm just so far out of the picture. Like, I'm gonna plug in. Like, I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna leave because I need.
So do you just like press play when you go to these gigs, or is it like a whole thing?
No, I do the work. I spin the knobs and I spin the circles. Psst. Yeah, like all that. But he was coming, and then so he gets there, and like we talk, and I'm like, oh hey, because I forget I booked him for this, and then he was like, yeah, just like do your thing, like just act natural, like so I just proceed to like be
act natural,
a menace, like like I just proceed to be like a complete menace, like it was just like an off the wall night. Like, you were at the Christmas party, yeah. But so it was just a crazy night. But so I go back, and then this is the next day, and he texts me, he's like, you're such a natural behind the camera, like
even though you were highly intoxicated.
And then I'm just like all this stuff, like he's like, I've never seen such a natural, like you did such a great job. And I was like, dude, thanks so much. And then meanwhile, like I don't remember like half of him being there. So like that was great. And the video turned out great.
That was
the video I sent you. So that video
you look like
sick.
You were having a ball.
I was having a great time. But yeah. Definitely.
What is the most requested song by girls, by boys, overall? Honestly, what is the one song that you're like, I'm not playing that shit?
Honestly, back in the day, like I had a whole joke, would be like, don't request UCLA. Because like when I was like a freshman, sophomore,
UCLA was like
the song to be requested. It was horrible. I haven't like had any like staple songs I get requested like every night to play, which is like actually good. But I think it was definitely UCLA that.
Do you take requests or you're like no?
I mean, like I'll take them if they're good. Like like I'll take them if they're good. Like if you give a bad request.
He's not taking it. He's telling you right now.
And you'll know if it's bad because I'll probably tell you it's
right
bad.
now. He's taking. He will not take it.
But if they're good, I'll play them because they're good and I have them.
Because I know some DJs are like no, no. So even if you request, they're like no.
Some are just like, I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm playing at like Tongi's and like I'm playing like stuff in Conway and it's not like a bigger scale like club or something. Yeah. Like I'll take requests. Like y'all are my friends. Like I'll play what you guys want to hear because then it's doing my job of a service. So yeah.
So has there ever been any like incidents with like people like coming up to the DJ booth and like knocking stuff over, unplugging?
Oh yeah.
Has there ever been like a horror story with that where it's like mid stop?
Honestly, like it's like at a tailgate. Oh my god, at a tailgate, literally like we were all playing, like having a good time. This girl just comes up and then like I guess another girl bumps in behind her or something like that. And then they get in like a whole argument. Like
it's always the girls bumping into each other.
It's literally like me and then this whole dispute like right next to me.
It's always the girls that knock in and never say
sorry. and then this leads to her like spilling her drink all on the right side of like my controller, the whole thing. So
no, not the money.
I'm literally just like taking my shirt, like trying to dab it off, like without pausing the song and like doing the whole thing. So then we got it, like thankfully like we got it cleaned off like in time so it didn't like sink in or anything, but. Yeah, that was definitely a time.
God,
definitely a time.
I know because I can tell when you're DJing those tailgates that so many people are around you and grabbing different things like, what was your? I would say since you said the App State was like your most memorable tailgate, has there ever been a tailgate that you're like, wow, this mix was so good compared to the rest? Because I know you say like you
definitely the first time I played with Jacob.
Really?
The first time I played with Jacob, I think we were like. actually does like a really good job. And that was the first time like I taught him. I didn't teach him from scratch, but like I taught him the basics. Like I gave him more of like fundamental work probably like that week of, and I was like, all right, like we have a tailgate like Saturday, like you ready to go? And he's like, yeah. So like that was our first time like playing together, and I thought like we really.
Have
really
you guys thought about like branding together?
Yeah, we actually did. So we actually did. Shout out Last Night.
Shout out Last Night's alcohol.
Yeah, so we started a group called Last Night.
Nice.
We started a group
Last
called
Night. Last Night.
Yeah, So we started a group called Last Night, and we're kind of just like, because everyone's been asking like, oh, like when Jacob plays, we'll be like, oh, like when are you playing with Trey? And when I'm playing, people are like, oh, when are you playing with Jacob?
Because you guys like just work so well together.
Yeah, we just work really well together, and like both of us, like I have the experience, and he like kind of has like that new kind of feel to it, and like he's getting his exposure with that. Like he's learning quickly, so we really think we can like use both of our connections together to just like make a bigger brand for ourselves.
So you're definitely thinking about taking this outside of a college perspective.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
So is this going to be like after your teaching thing, like you teach during the day,
honestly,
night teaching?
like yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna like I plan on just teaching during the week and going to travel and play on the weekends.
That's so awesome. Imagine like seeing you at like Gov Ball.
Yeah, no,
like,
that'd be crazy. Like
New York City Gov Ball. Trey, I went to college with him.
One of the craziest things is just like I have like when I'm like since I started making my own music and like playing like posting out on TikTok.
Yeah.
And, like, sending that out because every time I make my own music.
Do you post it like on SoundCloud when you do that?
Yeah, I post those on SoundCloud.
Nice.
Follow me on SoundCloud, by the way, TC3. But
TC3.
Got a plug always. But you just like when you start like posting your stuff on TikTok and stuff and start sending it out, like you actually notice the traction. Like I got my one of my favorite memories. I got one of the songs I made played at Red Rocks by Lose the Child, and
nice.
I saw like a video of it on TikTok because someone sent it to me. They're like, oh, like isn't this your song? And I was like, that's insane because she's like one of the biggest DJs like out right now. And he like
that's
played like
so cool.
Played like just so you just never know. Like that's
yeah,
why.
you never know who's gonna discover you.
Exactly.
Do you have like a manager? Or you?
No, it's all.
It's all you.
Me right
it's a
now.
one-man show right now. Now going to be a two-man show.
Yeah, it's going to be a two-man show. Me and Jacob are going to be.
When's your next gig?
So we're playing at Tongi's next Thursday.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Tune in next Thursday to watch TC3 play.
Yeah, me and Jacob are going to be. Me and Jacob are going to be playing.
Last Night is playing.
Last Night is playing.
Last Night is playing
that night. So be sure to come to that.
Well, thank you, Trey, for coming on VS with Bella.
Of course, thank you for having me.
It was a pleasant always having you.
It was a pleasure for being here.
We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.